evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 6 o'clock. I hereby call the Town of Babylon Rental Board to order. Today is August 23rd, 2023. Please stand with us and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sal Mangano. I'm the chairman of the rental board. With me tonight are our fellow board members, Vice Chair Carla Bryant, Member Maria Idisi, Member Kelly Medwig, Member Mike Murray, and Member Mark Smith. Member Vernon Shelton is excused this evening. For the record, we have a quorum present. Before we begin calling hearings scheduled tonight, I'd like to take a moment and explain our procedures. I will call the hearings scheduled one at a time in the order that has been published in the legal notice and listed on our agenda. There are extra copies of the agenda on the table over there if you need any. Starting with case number 1, I will read the legal notice aloud. The applicant or their authorized representative will step up to the podium. The speaker must give his or her name and home address for the record. All speakers will be sworn in by myself. The applicant or their authorized representative will be given an opportunity to present any information that they wish to present to the board. If none, we'll proceed to board questions. After board questions, any interested parties will then have an opportunity to speak. The applicant will be called back at the end of the hearing to respond to any questions or concerns. The public hearing will likely be closed after the applicant answers any final questions. Should there be any open issues on the application or items that need to be remedied or corrected, the hearing may be held open for a longer period in the board's discretion to allow time for the applicant to make such corrections. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to speak, please keep it to the property and the property issues only. We ask you please silence your cell phones. Also like to remind you that we are going to be filming this. We will be on YouTube. The rental board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the rental board may determine that any approvals, rental permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. At this time, I'd like to call the first new application, 87 Copeg Place in Copeg. Please step forward.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Great, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Sure, it's Robert Giannetti at 1014 Celia Street, West Islip, New York, 11795.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in the new application, do you agree to the terms and conditions that the town sent you?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
No, thank you.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Kelly Medwig?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this application is approved. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, have a good day.
You as
Good
well.
night.
Good night. You don't have to stay.
Huh?
You don't have to stay. You don't want-
I don't have to stay?
Nope.
Nope.
You can take off.
Free to go. Have a good night.
Take down your sign as well. Okay.
You too. Thanks.
14 Lincoln Court in Copeg. How are you today, sir?
Great, thank you. How are you?
Good. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Sure. Ronald Hernandez, 8 Seaway Drive, Copeg, New York, 11726.
Great, sir. When you sent in the application, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Yes, I did.
Great. Thank you. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
Yes, I would, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
please.
I don't think his mic's working.
Mike Murray. There's a few items we would like you to remedy before you're granted your rental permit, okay?
Okay.
We'll start with replacing the blacktop driveway.
Mm-hmm.
It needs a new driveway. Also, the blacktop piece that's under the gate there, it's all eaten up.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that? Right there? Yeah, the shadow is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
can
wanna
see
talk
the,
about-
Yeah, we have pictures.
Yeah.
okay, also, in the rear of the property, not just the rear,
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch of debris, bunch of doors, windows, things like that. That has to be cleaned up.
We removed that already, but that's okay.
When did you remove it?
That was today because I spoke with the tenant. Those are not my. I went there today, and I told them they have to remove it today.
Because these pictures were taken on the 22nd.
Yeah, I went there today. I can make sure that he did it.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
But
There's a commercial vehicle that's parked in the driveway.
it doesn't have a commercial plates.
It's a business vehicle.
But I can tell the tenant to remove it. That's okay.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm not going to get technical with you. You are right, it doesn't, but we're asking you,
Mhm.
as the property owner, please to not park commercial vehicles.
Absolutely, no problem.
Okay.
Yes, I understand. Sure.
And what else do we have? We had debris.
The fence looks like, there's like pieces of fence. I don't know if it's broken or.
We have,
Yeah, it was
we have
rough,
some
yeah.
debris there. That's in the front,
Yes.
and you pull up to your
Everything was-
driveway. Is that still there?
I told the tenant to remove it as well because it's, but I will make sure that
Okay.
he did it. I can go tonight and make sure he did it. Yes.
I'm using the pictures.
Let me just make sure I got everything.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's your notes, yep.
We ask you to please take care of that. If you would like
Absolutely.
these pictures, okay?
Do you want me to?
At this time, is there anyone here in the audience that wishes to speak regarding this property? Yes, sir. So, sir, if you just wouldn't mind, just have a seat, okay? Someone would like to speak. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you, sir?
Um,
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
so
I
help you
do.
God? Thank you, sir.
My name is Stephen Costantino. I live at 10 Lincoln Court, which is 2 doors down from this property. I'm a co-owner of that property, as well as the property next door at 8 Lincoln Court, which is occupied by my younger sister, Stephanie, who's here tonight. I can't, I have to oppose this application in the strongest possible terms. And it really has not much to do with the conduct of the occupants at this property as much as it does for the utter disregard of the property owner's principle for the effect that this property has had on the entire surrounding area. Lincoln Court is a cul-de-sac off of Greenlawn Terrace in Copaig. There are 8 houses on Lincoln Court. 6 of them have been occupied by people that are here, have owned those properties for in more than 40 years. My mom and dad bought 8 Lincoln Court in 1968. They bought 10 Lincoln Court in 1977. Judge Matty Fitzgibbon, who owns 9 Lincoln Court, has lived there for 40 years. The Turners, who are also here, live at 11 Lincoln Court. They have lived there for more than 35 years, and Mrs. Turner grew up in the property next door that's currently owned by her sister, Jennifer. The Izus have resided in the property at 6 Lincoln Court for more than 50 years. This applicant purchased this property apparently as part of a short sale transaction by deed that was recorded in the county clerk's office in 2021. Almost immediately after that purchase, the premises wasn't rented. It was used as a boarding house. There are 8 houses on Lincoln Court. The 8 houses on Lincoln Court, which predated this applicant's ownership, had collectively 15 cars. All but 2 cars were parked in the driveways. This applicant, without permits, without any regard for the lifestyle and the nature of the surrounding community, immediately had this property occupied by as many as 15 to 16 separate individuals. The entire block has been littered with parked vehicles from almost the date of acquisition. In the last month or so, I guess in preparation for this hearing, it's still calmed down, but there are commercial vehicles parked there on a regular basis. My beef has nothing to do with the people that live there. They are all good, quality people. Everybody gets up and goes to work at 7:30 in the morning, comes home at 5 o'clock. If they have company, their company is well dressed. The children are in car seats. It is not the occupants. It is the owner of this property that has permitted the occupancy of this house with an utter disregard for not only the town code, but the quality of life that everybody that's lived on this block for more than 40 years.
Who do you feel is living there now?
I'm sorry?
Who do you feel is living there now?
I say hello to them. I don't know their names. I can tell you this, though. I began an investigation shortly after this applicant took ownership. In 2021, that's when I started to get the copies of the recorded deeds. And I was able to locate other properties owned by this applicant in, I believe, the town of Brookhaven. And when I Googled those properties on Google Earth, some of the very same vehicles that were parked outside those premises when they were owned by this applicant were now parked outside my house on a regular basis. My belief, I know the applicant, the principal of the applicant, is the owner, according to his website, of Galaxy Home Improvements. I know he holds at least 3 or 4 separate home improvement contracting licenses in Nassau and Suffolk County, which mandate that the holders of the license comply with all aspects of the local town code for not only properties that you're doing work on, but properties that you own. Before this applicant purchased this property, at one time, back in the 60s, before Copeg Harbor was constructed, which, by the way, is where this applicant lives, right? In an exclusive neighborhood where there's parking and driveways, purchased this property, and he has foisted intolerable parking conditions on everyone that lives in the block. I have to tell you one thing. My mom, who lived in 8 Lincoln Court for 60 years or so before she passed, after this applicant purchased this property, before my mom passed away, we had to have her taken to the hospital in the ambulance. The ambulance came to 8 Lincoln Court. When it came time to leave, because of the way the occupants of this house had their vehicles parked, the ambulance had to back out.
Is this currently? We are talking about the current tenant, the current homeowner, and the current condition of the house.
I'll tell you this, I could tell you based on what I see, the way the garbage is placed out, there's not one garbage can, there's 15 or 20 little white garbage bags. The file for the in the planning department that I reviewed this morning shows as recently as September of last year, an inspection showed that there were still locks on the bedroom doors that required key entry from the hallway. I believe it's in your file. There's an inspection report that was done.
Right.
The applicant's disregard for just the nature of the entire neighborhood resulted in the town, before this application was filed, had to get a search warrant, which was executed with the assistance of the Suffolk County Police. It's just intolerable. And what I would say is not only should this permit be denied, the applicant should be forced to remove who is ever there, because whoever is there has occupied this property for more than 2 years without any permits of whatsoever nature. It is simply intolerable. This was a quiet, beautiful block before this applicant purchased this property. If I have my kids come to see me, they have to park in my sister's driveway because every single spot on the block is taken up by residents of this house. Again, the residents of the house have committed no wrong in my mind. It is the applicant. I just want to read you one thing from a recent case that was decided in a village court by Tom Liotti, who's an attorney, but he's not necessarily one of my favorite attorneys, but he's a village justice in Old Westbury. And when he was deciding a case that dealt with the issuance of search warrants in a context such as this, and he basically said that the municipality that was the old municipality of Old Westbury, like many of the other municipalities on Long Island, adopted these rental statute schemes to achieve 3 purposes: to preserve the residential character of the community by stopping the proliferation of illegal multiple dwellings, to ensure the safety of the inhabitants, tenants, and adjoining property owners, and to protect the community from unscrupulous landlords who seek to exploit the poor and adjoining owners for their personal profit and gain. That's exactly what we have here. There is no reason that I can possibly contemplate that would justify someone purchasing a property like this in a quiet residential neighborhood on a cul-de-sac, and without permits, without regard for even the slightest quiet enjoyment that the people on the block are supposed to have, simply stock it as a boarding house. And I don't know what your inspection has shown, but I can tell you, I live there, I get up to go to work every morning, I come home every night. We still have a parking problem. The driveway for this house was built by the Curcio family, who have, famous, well, maybe, depending on, but I mean, certainly, this was Danny Curcio's custom house. This was the nicest house on the block at one time. It had a 25-40 built-in pool, magnificent. I simply cannot express more that this applicant has utilized this property with a complete disregard for not only the.
We're extending this, we're not approving this tonight, either
And
way.
I would simply,
so-
I would say, not only should it not be approved, I know the board doesn't need me, you have more than competent counsel here, but this board can compel this applicant to remove the occupants or can issue a resolution which can be enforced through the town attorney. I would simply say, the occupants of this house have shown more respect for the surrounding community than this applicant. This applicant deserves no consideration from this board, and I would strongly recommend that this permit be rejected in its entirety.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
At this time, is there anyone who wishes to speak at this time?
Covered everything, didn't we?
So, this is a cell phone.
No, that's,
Oh, I'm sorry.
recording.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Hello, ma'am.
My name is Matt,
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
Thank you.
My name is Madeline Fitzgibbon Dolney. Stephen, I've known since he was
What's your
a,
address, ma'am, your home address?
sorry?
Your home address.
9 Lincoln Court.
Thank you.
Okay. I've known Stephen since he was a youngster. We went to school together, actually, law school at one point. Everything he said, I completely agree with. The thing that we're concerned with is the excess cars. Almost every single house that has a rental, legal or not, generates more and more cars. This is a cul-de-sac. There's absolutely no way, even for the people who own their own house or paying taxes on a single-family house, to put more than 2 cars in their driveway or their garage. And at the height of this applicant's use of the property, we counted one night 14 cars stacked up on the curve of the cul-de-sac. If, God forbid, there was a fire, you would never get near the house. And I'm sure you're seeing this in many other locations in the town. So I just want to emphasize the concerns we have. I've been there for 40 years, and we hope that the board is listening to our concerns. 2 of the houses at the end of the court on Green Lawn Terrace have changed hands, and the new people moving in are taking care of their property. There are not excess cars, and we're just hoping that this house reverts to its original design, which is a single-family residence.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
At this time, is there anyone else who wishes to speak regarding this property? It's okay.
So that's 14 is down here in this end.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. For the record, could you please state your name and your home address?
Susan Turner, 11 Lincoln Court. I'm just here to reiterate that we are very concerned about who is renting it and how many cars. I didn't want to just come here and let 2 people speak, so it's just that there's more people on the block. My mother is not able to come here. She lives at 15 Lincoln Court because of an illness. But everybody on that block is concerned for the amount of cars, for what it's doing to our block, and also, since it's been used as a boarding house, there is a concern about who's coming and going. To Stephen's point, it's always been very good. But with the amount of people, 15 or even more, that are coming and going, we don't know who they are, how they've been vetted, if they're signing a contract, and if they're doing anything. So it is a little bit detrimental to our neighbors and our neighborhood. So we just want to make sure that the board is
You absolutely agree?
I
Okay.
understand.
Thank you.
very much. Anyone else wish to speak regarding this application? Hearing none, sir, could you please step forward?
Okay, first,
Obviously, there's a few concerns.
yes, first,
We'll talk to that.
yeah, I would like to apologize to them
Okay.
because, as he said, I like to have like a peaceful life, and I'm sure everybody deserves that. And what they are saying in the past is right. That's how the town, I got, involved with the town. First of all, as you see, I just came to this country. I didn't know too many rules. I'm learning about them. And believe me, I want to have everything in order, even with neighbors and with the town. And I want to follow the law. That's how everything goes. And once again, I apologize because it happens before.
Not knowing the
were-
law is not an excuse.
I'm sorry?
Not knowing what the law is not an excuse.
I know, but what happened is what they're saying before, I wasn't renting to like different people. It was one family, but they have like their cousins, their aunts, everybody together. So when the town came, I started fixing everything, and all that people, they're out. They are not there anymore. Right now, if they can go right now, and they can find just 5 people living there. And one of the things I told them is no vehicles in the street, because that's being a big problem.
Well, they're not
And-
listening, apparently.
No, they are not putting vehicles. What happened is the house on the left side, they have too many vehicles as well. And sometimes, even for the tenants, it's hard to get out of the
What's that
the
address?
driveway.
Do you know that address?
17. And all those the people, they were giving me a hard time as well, which the town knows about it. And, it's not just to come and tell them, hey, you have to leave. But thank God they left already. And now people just move in, like September, yes, this month.
I just have a
And-
question. Can I
yeah,
interrupt
go
you
ahead.
for 1 second?
Mhm.
On August 18th of 22,
Mhm.
last year, you
Mhm.
did own the home.
August 18th?
Yes, you owned it in 22?
Yes.
Okay. So when the inspector went in, there were locked doors and knobs on bedrooms.
And that's right, yes, yes.
What does that insinuate?
Well, everybody likes to have everything like locked, but I don't like to, believe me, I don't rent to I don't do that. I know that's illegal. But now you can go, there is no locks whatsoever. And as I'm telling you, that's
What's to stop you from not doing it again?
because I want to follow the law, the rules. That's,
lease or no?
Huh?
You have a lease?
yes, I do.
Okay.
I
How
do
many
have a
people?
lease.
How long have you owned it?
The house for 2 years, I believe so, a year, and some, 20, yeah. And believe me, I want to follow the rules, and I understand I will be in the same position. Probably I will be here if I will live in that.
Is everyone on the deed? The ones that are living in, those 5 people? I mean, on the lease? Are they the ones that are?
No, but if you want me to have them, I can do that. It's not a problem with
So
me.
who are those additional people that you're allowing? to-
It's the man who owns that commercial vehicle. I'm dealing with him. He has his wife, his brother, and kids.
Extended family?
Yeah, that's all. But now I told them I was very specific with them. I do not want vehicles on the street because that's being an issue, as they are saying before they have.
That's because you're
like,
here now.
ambulance. I'm sorry.
That's because you're here now.
Right, and believe me, but even though I can see vehicles right in front of my driveway, but they don't belong to us. They belong to the.
But they're also leaving debris all over the place too, in the yard,
That one I'm
doors,
working
and
with him.
that's
I
a little.
told him, yes, if I have to remove him, no problem whatsoever. What I'm telling you, I want to follow the rule. That's all.
I just have
want
one question, so I'm sorry to keep
Yeah,
interrupting.
Sure.
You knew this was going on with the vehicles?
Oh yes.
What
yes.
did you do about it?
What I did?
What did you do about it?
Oh, everybody's gone.
And it's happening now.
No, they don't have too many vehicles. They just have 3 vehicles right now. The vehicles you are seeing over there. That's all
But
they
you
have.
knew it was going on.
I am 100% sure they just have 3 vehicles. That's all.
Do they have a lot of visitors?
No. I told them, even though if you have parties, whatever, you have to be very quiet because, I know the neighborhood is very quiet neighborhood. I understand that part. And most of the vehicles are from the other house because I went there and I told them, please.
Is that a rental, that house, that other house? Or
I'm
is it
not
a
sure. I'm not sure. But believe me, I'm 100% sure those vehicles, they don't belong to my tenants. They just have 3 vehicles and that's all. Before, yes, I admit that was an issue, a big problem, but now no more.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? No? Okay. At this time, do we have a motion?
Motion to extend?
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
They can't.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
We're going to extend for the work to be done until September 27th, but we will also be keeping an eye on the property for the other issues that the neighbors are concerned about.
that's
And
fine.
it'll
Yeah. And
go on
please-
beyond that, and if it keeps happening, we're getting complaints,
Absolutely.
there will be issues further.
Yes, absolutely. And once again, I want to apologize to all the neighbors. Believe me,
Sorry,
I understand.
Seconded by? Okay.
And
Motion to, I'm supposed to do the second, but I'll deny it right here.
I concur.
Dang.
At this time, we're going to take a vote. Who says who thinks we should deny?
Aye, I do.
Aye. Mark Smith. Motion to deny.
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm sorry, sir, your permit's been denied.
okay, so just a quick question. What do I have to do? I have to sell the house or, because I can't, I don't want to have, if I don't have.
You should speak with your neighbors first and foremost.
Mhm.
Maybe, give them your cell phone number so they can have.
Sure, I can,
dialogue,
if they
open
allow me
dialogue.
to speak with them right now,
And,
we'll be more than happy to do so. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't, I think we should.
135 Mariners Way in Copeg.
Hello.
Hello. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Christian Florio, 1805 Daylily Lane, Charleston, South Carolina.
Thank you. When you sent in the application, do you agree to the terms and conditions?
Yes.
Since you live down south, do you have a property manager up here that's going to watch the property for you?
Yes.
Yes, okay. At this time, do we have any questions or concerns from our board? Anyone, no?
No?
No,
Thank you.
no, thank
Anyone
you.
here in the audience have any questions or concerns? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the application has been approved. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
8 Maplewood Avenue in East Farmingdale. How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Kavaljit Ahuja, 2 Holly Court, Melville, New York 11747.
Thank you, ma'am. When you sent in an application, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Yes.
Okay. I see this is illegal too by CO, so it's a two-family house. Anyone here on the board wish to speak regarding this property?
No.
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, I would just like to note that we did receive an email and has been considered, and that is in the minutes later on. At this time, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the application is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. I can leave?
Yes, you can leave. 1854 Deer Park Avenue in Deer Park. How you doing, sir? Saved by the bell. How are you, sir?
How are you?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
My name is John Arnone. My home address is 23 Waters Edge Court, and the property I'm here for is Deer Park Avenue, 1854.
Yes, sir. When you sent in your application, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Excuse me, can
Do
you
you agree
repeat
to
that?
the terms and conditions on this property, the form that you signed?
Yeah, I filled out all the paperwork and stuff.
Anyone here from the board have any questions, concerns?
No, thank
No,
you.
thanks.
Anyone here in the audience have any questions or concerns? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the application's been approved.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to say you did a very nice job on
Okay,
that, on the
thank
house. I pass by it every day. You did a
Oh,
very
you
nice
did?
job,
Thank
yes. Yes.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Take care.
Good night.
As we move on to the renewals, 163 17th Street in West Babylon. How are you today?
Hello. Did somebody left a phone here?
No,
No.
sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Please raise your right
We
hand.
gotta put a label
Do you
on that.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Serge Burak, 226 Good Hope Farms Road, Aiken, South Carolina.
Okay. When you sent in the renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions that the town sent you?
I do, I did.
You also have a local property manager that's going to watch your property?
And do
too?
my brother-in-law nearby.
Okay, great. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
No, thank you, Mr.
No,
Chairman.
thank you.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this application's been approved. Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you. 13 Rodney Place in Amityville? Hello, sir.
Hello?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Abdul Khwaja, 38 Daffodil Drive, Farmingdale, New York, 11735.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in your renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions on
Yes.
this property? Yes. Okay, great. Anyone here on the board have any questions or concerns about this property?
I do, Mr. Chairman. Mark Smith. Sir, before we can grant your permit, there's certain things that you have to address, okay?
Okay.
The first is you have to remove the car from the front lawn.
Was it there today?
It was there 2 days ago.
Really? Okay.
You have to paint and secure the front handrails.
I think up by the house.
You mean the handrail going to the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're wobbly.
Okay.
Okay.
Repair all of the cracked pieces of the driveway. Cut all of the overgrowth. Replace the stockade fence.
For the whole property? Or just the back?
Falling apart everywhere. Yeah.
For the entire property. And replace the cement on the right of the stoop.
Okay.
Right there. And on the stoop, it's all broken.
Do you have a list of this? I can.
We're going to send.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're going to give you the pictures.
That's it. Nothing else, Mr. Chairman.
This time, is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
A motion to extend to September 27th. Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. So we're going to extend this application until September 27th to make the necessary repairs. First, you have to remove the car from the front lawn. The driveway needs, where all the areas are cracked, needs to be replaced. Front handrails need to be painted and secured. The overgrowth needs to be cut, and the fence needs to be replaced. And also, the concrete up by the house, by the stoop needs to be replaced as well. Okay, sir, we're
Was
going to
the
give you some
inspector
pictures.
supposed to like check these or? Because the inspector was there. He
We have
didn't
two
mention
different,
anything.
outside and inside.
We have someone that does the internal inspection, and we send an inspector that does the external inspection
Right,
as well.
but he never mentioned anything about these.
That's why we
fixes.
have two different inspectors.
Oh, okay. No,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just saying the second inspector never mentioned that I have to do these. So I
No,
wasn't
it's
prepared.
It's a surprise inspection. They,
Oh,
yes.
okay, okay, okay.
Did you meet the second inspector?
No, no. I just the one who came inside.
Oh,
And the same one, I think he went out around the property, but didn't say anything. So,
Okay.
so I thought everything was okay.
These are the pictures.
Thank you, sir. September 27th, if you need more time, you can just write to the rental board. Okay?
Good
Thank
night.
you, sir.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. You have a good night.
340 Westchester Avenue in West Babylon. Good evening. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Rhonda Lovett, 1019 Stafford Road, Valley Stream, 11580.
Thank you, ma'am. When you sent in the renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions that the town sent you?
Yes, I did.
Anyone here on the board that wishes to speak regarding this property?
No, thank you,
No,
Mr.
thank
Chairman.
you.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the application's been approved. Thank you. 31 Kingston Street in Deer Park. How are you today, sir?
Hello,
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Yes, sir. John Stefko, 12 Lowell Street in Bethpage, New York.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in the renewal for this property, do you agree to the terms and conditions?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
I would, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Sir, there's some issues that we'd like you to address before we can issue your permit, and I would like to start with asking you a question. Does this property have 3 meters?
Have what?
3 meters, electric meters?
2. Should be 2. I don't know. Why is there 3? Hmm.
How long have you owned the property?
We inherited it when my dad passed. It was like his thing, and he died of cancer a couple years ago. So I'm trying to keep it going.
It's a legal two-family, though, right?
Yes, legal 2-family. I don't know what the 3rd meter does. I don't know. It might be unactivated or.
Sometimes there's a landlord meter for a hallway or.
We have the garage for like work, so
Did
it's
you pay electric there?
I don't think so, but I don't know if I don't think it's like on. There's no electric in the garage.
Got it. All right, we'll continue. All right, for the list of things that we'd wish for you to correct. Okay, first, we'd like for you to wash the house.
Okay. Power wash. Okay.
Power wash it, please. Replace the driveway and apron. And trim the shrubs.
Around the property, and there's different areas.
And that'll be it.
Okay.
Is there anyone here in the audience who wishes to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to extend to September 27th. Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Sir, we're going to extend this to September 27th.
Okay.
So you can replace the driveway and the aprons, clean the house with the mold, and also trim the bushes back.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
I'll
you.
check that meter, too, just maybe one meter's
I'll
not
get an answer to
operable.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call the power company and see what's
Yeah.
going on with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. 314 Jefferson Avenue in Amityville. How are you, sir?
I'm well.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
For the record, could you please state your name and your home address?
Mervis Thomas, 11 Columbus Boulevard, Amityville, New York, 11701.
Thank you, sir. For the record, when you sent in the renewal for this property, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone here on the board wish to speak regarding this property?
No, thank you,
No,
Mr.
thank
Chairman.
you.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the application's been approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good evening.
5 Starlight Court in West Babylon. How are you today, sir?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good, thank you.
Yes.
Please raise your hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. For the record, could you please state your name and your home address?
Raymond Whitaker, 535 Gwynn Street, Babylon.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in the renewal, you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, for the motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, The application's been approved, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
780 Conklin Street, East Farmingdale. How are you today, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. For the record, can you please state your name and your address?
Gina McSorley, Catholic Charities, 90 Cherry Lane in Hicksville.
Thank you, ma'am. And you, when you said the renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Yes.
Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
I would, Mr. Chairman, Mark Smith. Ms. McSorley, there are just two issues that we would like for you to address before we can issue your permit. The first is replace all broken pieces of the sidewalk. And the second is repair the PVC fence.
Looks like they're throwing balls against it or something. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it looks like somebody's,
Lacrosse
I mean,
balls or
I've been
something.
out there a couple times and they've tried to repair it, but it looks like there's actually like holes in it
Yeah.
now, so we're not sure what's going on. And also, I mean, just for the record, the property's now empty. There are no tenants there anymore. So the agency's intention is to sell the property, but we wanted to, get all this
Clear
straightened
everything,
out
yeah.
first. So I'll let them know about the concrete and replacing the fence. Can they replace the broken pieces or the
No,
entire fence has
Just
to be?
repair the pieces that are broken. That's it.
Do they even need the,
Well, if they want to, they probably want to show that they have an approved permit.
I asked that
I know it
question,
doesn't-
if we needed to have the
Doesn't
permit.
transfer, but.
I did ask that when we were going through the process, if we still needed to get the permit, because our intention is to
No.
sell and nobody's there.
no.
Don't.
We don't need it.
No.
Oh, well, they told us that we would be out of compliance if we didn't
But
go
you
through.
don't have
the-
any tenants.
We have no tenants.
Yeah, so.
Who told her that?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, and then after that, and then when we go to sell the property, then there's not a problem with not having it? The new person would have to get the permit? Okay. All right, well, I mean, I'll talk to them about the repairs anyway, but that's it then.
Until when?
She gets a letter into
Yeah.
Diana.
At this time, is there anyone here that wishes to speak regarding this property? No? Okay, hearing none. Do we have a motion?
Motion to adjourn, giving you the opportunity to submit the letter to Diana regarding your intentions to sell.
Okay, we'll do that right away.
Thank you.
Seconded by Carla Bryant.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. So, ma'am, we just ask you, just write a letter, you're going to sell the property, the Catholic Charities going to sell the property, and then Diana can close the record, and we won't have to do the work on it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you,
nice evening.
Have a good evening. At this time, I'd ask for YouTube to be...